Hi guys. So this product was ordered by my mom years and years ago. She never used it. I found it all and I just started using it up. It came as a set. Oh, by the way, if I forget to say anything in this vid, uh, I'll write it under the vid or make another vid later. It's easy to forget stuff. If anything doesn't make sense in the vid, please ask about it, and please comment, please subscribe. Um, More subscribers, the better autofocus that YouTube shows my videos in. Now this is called pore targeting treatment. Um, but my pores are okay, so I've just been using it as hand cream. I think it has some oil in it because it has a soft feeling to it, and it smells nice. But what happened is that I think the way this works, this is a pump, and I think it has a very thin tube going down the center that ends about here. So as long as there's fluid that goes up over the bottom of the tube, when I pump up here, it pulls fluid up the tube and spurts it out, and I, in my case, use it on my hands. However, I think there is still fluid in here, I can tell, but I think it's below the level of the tube now. So I can pump, but nothing will come out. So what I've been doing is I took the pump part off, and now all I'm doing is if I kind of push it up and down vigorously, and it has to be pretty vigorous, I'll get some in my hand. And I won't say what that looks like in my hand. But then I rub that on. It smells pretty nice, and it feels okay. Pore targeting is, I think, an anti-acne lotion, but I don't have acne, and I suppose this way I won't get acne on my hands, but I don't even don't recall seeing acne on anyone's hands. Will it take a while to use this up this way? Yeah. When you do it this way, you tend not to get as much out per application because it's just harder to get out than when the pump was actually pulling it up through the pump. I think I'm gonna film this, try this over several intervals and see if it keeps working the same way. I will say it's kind of a mystery as to when I turn it over. It's kind of a mystery as to why I even get any out. Hypothetically, there should be a tube in the center that it has to come down. When I turn it over, well, maybe a little goes in the tube that then comes out down here. So maybe it's not such a mystery. I tend to think when I'm pushing there that it's more that stuff has kind of gathered, not coming down through the tube, but kind of gathered down around here, and when I push it, it's kind of coming out. I don't know how exactly. Somehow it's seeping in and coming out through the outlet, but I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know why it comes out, but I do know that it works, that some comes out, and it's nice not to waste it. So I'm going to keep using it. I really hate waste, particularly when we've paid for this. And in a certain way, it's kind of nice to get a smaller amount. At a time. Oh, it just probably feels. I'd have to think about it. It feels sort of. It's thinner on your hands because there's less of it. So it's not such a coated feeling as when it's the thing is fuller and you can get a good amount out through the pump, and then you put it on, your hands feel a little more coated and maybe a little greasier. But when you're only getting a little out at a time, less of that feeling. Not that the other feeling's terrible. If I had my choice, I wouldn't. I'd have that. I'd make it easy to get out as much as you want, all the way till it's finished. But since I don't have a choice, I can see a good side towards only using a little at a time. So this is kind of strange, guys. I had shown you how the level I think is down below the bottom of this tube, and I was flipping it to get anything out, and I had done that for a few days. Now, funny enough, when I put this part back on and squeeze, I'm getting a good amount of cream coming out the pump. I don't really get the logic of that, because that would mean that somehow there's a good amount of cream or lotion back in the tube. But how would it have gotten there if before it was down below the bottom of the tube? Or I think it was. I can't see in there or x-ray it. And just flipping it like that shouldn't put it in the tube. It can all flow down to the bottom, but not very much would go in the tube. And I've been squirting this out of the tube now for several days. Like, I've gotten a lot out of the tube. Even if there was a little in the tube now, I mean a little in the tube, it shouldn't keep yielding out of this upright for several days. So I don't get it. Maybe someone watching can explain it, but at any rate, it's kind of a good thing to know. It's neat. I mean, it's because now I can keep trying to use up that portion at the bottom, and it's easier to do it this way than taking this off and just pushing it hard into the palm of my hand. So you guys might be in this situation, and you can play around knowing what I've shown you here. It does occur to me that when I thought the lotion had gone below the level of the tube initially, maybe I was mistaken. Maybe it hadn't. Maybe I wasn't able to get any with this push piece, but maybe there was some, I don't know what would have caused it not to work, but now working now, but maybe the tube is still sticking down in the lotion. So it'll be interesting to see. At some point, I guess it will drop below the level. The lotion will drop below the level of the tube. Or maybe the tube goes down almost to the very bottom. On other ones that I've seen, it goes down to about here. So anyway, it'll be interesting to see what happens as I keep doing this. Hi. So this is my third segment. So about this. So If you recall, I had stopped being able to get lotion out, pushing down up and down on this piece, and I could hear some was still in there, but not much, by shaking it. So I flipped it upside down, taken this piece off, pushed some into my hand, and that worked okay because I want to get all of that out. I thought probably there was a tube inside that went down maybe to here, but after the level of fluid dropped that it couldn't pull up any more fluid. Then I tried putting this piece back on and just going up here, and for some reason I started getting it out of this piece again, and I've just kept using it that way, and I don't know why it now gave it with the upright with this piece. When I shake it now, I can't hear any in there, and at least the last time I pumped it, I didn't get any more out. So I think I may have, I don't know what has happened here. I don't know if I think there's a tube in there, a very slender tube that goes down somewhere, and for some reason, and I don't know if originally it stopped working up here, but I don't, and flipping it upside down without this piece made it work, but I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know if maybe I made a mistake. Maybe it would have worked from the very beginning using this piece, and I should have just kept pumping it. At any rate, if you have one stop, I guess maybe you could try what I did, turning it upside down and taking off that to sort of jumpstart it. But I believe now I can't hear any swishing around in there. There may still be some, and I just can't hear it. But at any rate, that was the process I followed, and I think I've gotten it all out. I mean, I just pumped it a little. I got a tiny bit in there, but it's basically pump. Well, it is pumping a tiny bit. I'll probably keep pumping till well, maybe now I should try taking off this piece and going upside down again and see what I get. If it will come off, which it's not at the moment. Let me pause this and see. Okay, I got it off. Now I'm going to do the original idea, which is really pushing down hard, but this time nothing's coming out. So it seems to me this may be exhausted, or at least if there is some in there, I can't hear it swishing, I can't get it out. So that was a process I followed. I don't like to waste things. If you encounter this situation, it gives you some more ideas of what to try if you hadn't thought of them. I apologize if I said this, but do like, comment, and subscribe. It helps my videos get shown in better focus, and it feels nice too. And it's interesting to see what people think. If I think of anything I forgot to say, I'll write it in the details under the video or make another video. Although at this point, if the thing's exhausted, there may not be another video to make, but we'll see. By exhausted, I mean empty. Sometimes that's exhausted is a synonym for empty. If I had a vise, I would possibly put this container in the vise and hacksaw it open just to see what's in there.
But I don't, and maybe it's going too far.